Okay, welcome back. As you can see right there, I have my camera set up. So that means only one thing. It's time to talk about doing self-photography when you're by yourself. I've had a lot of questions and comments through the years, like, what kind of camera I'm using, how I do this. Most all Canon cameras have a self-timer on it that's you can customize. Mine right there, it'll delay 30 seconds if you want it to, and it can take up to 10 shots. During the day, it'll go pretty quick, but at night, between shots, it'll be about 2 to 3 seconds, and it makes it a lot easier on the bank. Some cameras, they only have a 10-second. You rush around. The last thing you want to do is drop the fish or hurt the fish, because that's not what we're about, and we definitely want to protect that fish. So before I even catch a fish, I have all this set up. I want to make sure everything is the way I want it to be. Don't be that angler on the bank trying to fumble around with your camera and have that fish out of the water more than it needs to be. So right now you can see my rod pod back there, and I'm ready for a run right now. And I have everything set up the way I want it to, and like I have my tracker mat right here. One good tip is, just like my camcorder is recording, you can see the left side and the right side in the frame. That way you know the fish is not going to be cut off at all. We've all seen that angler out there that has the tail cut off or part of the head because they didn't pay attention to what they're doing. Don't be that guy. I mean, a few little steps will definitely help you out into taking some good photography, and this is just how I do it. So I have my mat set up. This is the spot I chose to put my mat, and this is my camera area. I obviously have my water bucket, which it's out of frame. That way, as soon as I land this fish, I put water over it. That way it's nice and moist. And then what's nice about this mat, it has Velcro the whole way around it. So when I go to turn on my camera, I can Velcro this fish in and it's not going anywhere. That is one thing. I see people with mats all the time. They don't have like a flap, and then they walk away to do their camera. Well, guess what? As soon as that fish rolls, it's on the the rocks here. Like got a lot of rock. That's the last thing you want, is to have that fish flopping away. So this is going to hold that fish in place. Tracker, all their mats have that flap over it, which is really nice. Now let's get started here. Got my camera in place. Well, how did I get to the point where I'm happy with the photo? All I'm going to do when I first get here, I just guesstimate. I look through the lens and I turn my camera on, and what I do is I angle it down, and I'm trying to see where that mat is in the frame. I want to make sure the left side and the right side is all within the frame, and then what I do is just set it in place, and I turn on, I have a self timer here. I'm just going to do a 10-second one just for video purposes, and what I do, hit the flash button, run around here, and just act like I caught a fish. And I hold it up to where the shot would be. So I just got the photo, and we'll look here. And, oops. As you can see, both my arms are in the photo, and everything would be just perfect in that photo. Obviously, when I catch a fish, I do it for 30 seconds, so I'm not rushing. But right now, I got that. Now let's say my one arm here was cut off. All I gotta do is adjust the camera and go back and do it again. So if I was out of frame, I would just adjust the camera, run back, put my arms up, make sure I'm in that photo. And once I find a spot that I'm happy with, then I'm set to go. All I gotta do is just wait for a fish and go from there. Now, how did I determine the height of my camera? The focus is not on you, the angler, when you catch a fish. The focus to me is always on that fish. So we don't want the camera up here with my head. We want it down here where the fish is. So when I'm holding this up, I just judge, I'll probably hold the fish about right here. That way it's over the mat and it's protected. And then I just kind of level my camera right with the fish, where the fish is at. So when I hold that up, the fish will be dead center of the photo, and then my head will obviously be in it. Hopefully, as long as you did everything good. But my head will be in that, but I will not be the main focus of the capture. The main focus is going to be the fish. So you hold that up just like that. The fish is right in the middle of the shot, and it looks great. Now, having the camera, I have this about a foot in front of my mat, with the flash on at night. What I do, since I have 10 shots, I start by holding the fish and I slowly turn each photo and go back and forth like this. A lot of times it'll glare, but you'll at least get 2 to 3 good photos with it flashing that close in, and it'll turn out to be a really nice shot at night. And that way the flash will actually light up everything. And you just go around like that, just move the fish and tweak it forward, tweak it back. That way you get all the different shots of that fish. So basically that's going to be what I do with my self-photography. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm more than glad to help anybody out. And like I said, you set up your camera. Oh yeah, one important thing I almost forgot. Got my hand towel. Do not forget home without a little hand towel of some sort, because as soon as you catch a fish, you have water, you have slime on your hand. The last thing you want to do is be touching your camera. So by having a hand towel, hurry up and wipe off, and then you can touch your camera. I have a water bucket here. Obviously you don't want to touch a fish with dry hands. Hurry up and dunk my hands in, lift the fish up, that way the protective slime stays on, and then you're good to go. So I hope this was educational for you. If you have any other questions about camera, let me know. This is a Canon camera, but all the Canons, most of those have customizable self-timers, or you can just buy like one of the little bubbles for your knee. You press down and it takes a photo. That way you just keep going, like pressing your knee down, it'll take a photo. A lot of different variations, but I just wanted to show you how I do my photography. So thanks for watching, and we'll be having plenty more videos to come.